Donna, I'm making you a co-host.
Really?
Carol Starks, that's one of ours, right?
Yes.
Welcome, everyone. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us for today's RITI session. And the title of today's RITI session is Getting to Know the O's. What do we mean by O's? We mean the offices of the Division of Research and Innovation. So today we will have Krishnamoorthi, Dr. Krishnamoorthi, who is the Director of the Office of Research Advancement. Krish has been at Prairie View since September of 2015. And before that, he was in the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biophysics faculty at Kansas State University for over 29 years. His research is in structural biology, supported by grants from NIH, NSF, USDA, ACS, AHA, and DOD. And it has led to many publications in highly respected journals. He has served as a reviewer for NIH, NSF, and USDA. We also have joining us from the Director of Research Compliance, Donna Pulkrabek. Donna has over 20 years of experience in human, animal, and biohazard research ethics. She holds multiple certifications in the field of research compliance, including certified IRB professional, certified professional IACUC administrator, and registered laboratory animal technologist. We are also joined by Dr. Theresa Bailey, who recently joined the staff of the Division of Research and Innovation from San Antonio. And Dr. Bailey is the Executive Director of the Office of Sponsored Programs. We thank you for joining us, and we are pleased to have you here as we present an overview of the offices within the Division of Research and Innovation. Starting us off will be Dr. Krishnamoorthi in the Office of Research Advancement. Thank you, Dr. Krish, for joining us.
Karen, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us at a short notice. When I was asked to give a title, I was scratching my head. Wait a minute, we are a unit in the Division of Research and Innovation. So what title can we give? Of course, we are a service unit. So immediately I recall a slogan coined by one of our team members. I will introduce that team member shortly. So always we say this statement, we exist to assist in all our workshops and seminars, and that is the most appropriate title for this introduction. Our ORA team members are Shanda Green. Shanda Green has an EDD degree from the University of St. Thomas, Minnesota. She had served for over 25 years as a high school teacher, school district administrator, and university professor. Shanda has experience in responding to federal funding opportunities in education, and she mainly offers service to non-STEM faculty members. Of course, she would jump in for STEM proposals as well, as some of you might have already seen. Next team member is Kimberly Laws. Kimberly Laws has a PhD from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, a cellular and molecular biology researcher for 30 years, including the past 10 years at Texas A&M. Kim has rich experience in writing scientific proposals, reports, and journal publications. She mainly serves STEM faculty members. Last but not least, Grace Abalaji has a PhD in agricultural education from Southern Illinois University. She has directed undergraduate research for a number of years in Nigeria. Grace has been at Prairie View since 2017, assisting faculty and undergraduate students find opportunities for research and training. So that is who we are. And our simple goal is to help faculty members and researchers secure external grants for research and education. Simply put, we are in alignment with the message we all received from President Simmons to become an R2 or a more research-intensive university. So our main goal is to help faculty find opportunities and help them develop proposals, succeed in getting funds, and thereby increasing the research capacity. So toward that goal, we offer several services. We match researchers' expertise with relevant funding opportunities. We offer training workshops in proposal writing. Our research development officers provide one-on-one sessions with the faculty to discuss funding opportunities, to discuss resubmissions, to review multidisciplinary proposals, and also we offer opportunities for multidisciplinary collaborations. For example, not too long ago, we offered data blitz sessions where faculty members can present quickly in a duration of 8 minutes their research areas. So all the faculty members at our institutions had an opportunity to know what's going on next door or in the next building in their own comfort. So we provide multifaceted services to faculty members with a singular aim, namely to help them succeed in their research and education efforts. So that in a nutshell is what we do. We are always eager to help. And that statement was originally coined by Shanda Green. So I repeat, we exist to assist. This is my selfie, and thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, I will try to answer those.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krishnamoorthi. And as we proceed through today's RITI session, if you think of any questions that you may have for the Office of Research Advancement, please just add them into the chat and we'll make sure that we have time at the end to go over those questions. Next on the agenda, to continue with our overview of the offices in the Division of Research Advancement, we have Donna Pulkrabek, who is the Director of the Office of Research Compliance. Donna?
Hey, can you see my presentation?
We can see and we can hear. Thank you, Donna.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Donna Pulkrabek. I'm the Director of Research Compliance.
If you'll switch that view, Donna.
Oh, you need the other view? Okay.
Yes.
How's this?
That's it. That's
all
perfect.
right. Okay. And this is a self-portrait. I'm kidding. I just thought a picture of a smiling dog would make us all happy after lunch. So it is cute. So yes, I'm here to briefly describe to you research compliance, what we do. So basically, our function is to administer research ethics. We handle IRB, which is human subjects research, IBC, which is biohazard research, IACUC, which is animal research, any export control issues, and a responsible conduct of research training, financial conflict of interest having to do with research, and research integrity, which is plagiarism, falsification, fabrication of research data. So I know those are huge, big topic areas, but we do cover all those. And here are some of the services offered that researchers might be interested in. We do your human, animal, and biohazard protocol processing. And we are happy to do a pre-review of all your protocols. In fact, I'm usually doing those pre-reviews. Any export control clearances we will handle, such as when you travel internationally, when you collaborate with international people, when you are hiring folks, foreign nationals, we're going to be engaged in all of those things. We also process FCOI issues. So if you have a financial conflict of interest in, say, a company you'll be doing research for, we would handle that for you. And responsible conduct of research training, we manage that. That is for those of you with NIH training grants, NSF, or USDA NEPA. If you're paid off those grants, you'll have to get some training. We also do post-approval monitoring visits and lab inspections. And if you would like some custom ethics training for your college, your department, or even your individual classes, graduate or undergraduate, I'm happy to come by and train you on any topic that you would like. Those are our basic services. Any questions? Okay, I will wait to the end in case someone thinks of a question later.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Donna. And next, bringing up the end of our session today, we have Dr. Theresa Bailey. And I mentioned that Theresa Bailey is new to Prairie View. She just joined us at the beginning of the year as the executive director for the sponsored program. It's worth noting that before she joined Prairie View, she served as the director of Research Service Center at the downtown campus of the University of Texas in San Antonio. There, she had oversight and leadership responsibilities for both pre and post-award. Dr. Bailey brings more than 25 years of experience in research administration. She has worked at PWIs, HBCUs, HSIs, system institutions, private, doctoral research, emerging research institutions. She's had a very varied and diverse career. Dr. Bailey is an HBCU graduate of Alcorn State, and she received her doctoral degree from Florida State University. Please join me in welcoming our last trainer, Dr. Theresa Bailey.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you all so much for for joining us. Joining with me today is the OSP team. I will briefly talk to you about our services, the restructure and reorganization of OSP and the services that we offer. And following that, each of the team members will introduce themselves to give you a spiel about who they are, unit within the Office of Research and Innovation, who's authorized to submit your proposals, to create, review, negotiate, and approve contractual agreements. We provide grants management and grants and contract accounting services. Our mission, once again, is to provide reliable, professional, efficient, and effective services in furtherance of our instruction, research, and public service efforts. We are now located in the Wilhelmina Delco Education Building in Suite 141. Formerly, we were in the Anderson Building, and I'm not sure about the other one, but as of last year, I think it was January of last year, right before the pandemic struck us, we relocated. Our leadership is yours truly, Theresa Bailey, the director for this great unit that I've been entrusted to provide oversight and leadership services for the unit in its entirety. Kimberly Cooks, who joined us in March of 2021, is the Associate Director for the Office of Sponsored Programs. I'm sure that some of you all have had the opportunity to work with her. And you can look forward to seeing him and receiving some of her very courteous emails continuously. Recently promoted and who's been here since 2018 is our very able Assistant Director for Pre-Award, Elizabeth Johnson Vasquez. She will continue to provide a dedicated and reliable service in proposal administration. What we've done is we worked to look at efficiency, greater efficiency and productivity, and to create a more user-friendly organization for you all. That's the next slide. So we were previously referred to as just proposal administration and post-award, but there is so much more than just proposal administration and post-award generically. So we've created 4 units, the proposal administration, contractual agreements, grants management, and grants and contract accounting. Within proposal administration, you would continue to have the same reliable service with reviewing proposals, proposal submission, just among some of their capabilities and services is determine the allowability of pre-award costs. And those are costs that you incur prior to receiving the award if you would like to accept the, how would I say it? If you would like to accept the risk of engaging in costs, incurring expenditures before the award is received. And anytime you do changes, the proposals require changes, or if later you want to do a no-cost extension, please check with your proposal administration unit. They are also now the ones that will negotiate and accept your award. That's prior to us having an account already established. In the contractual agreement area, they deal with risk assessment, New responsibilities for them this year will be subrecipient monitoring. That has to do with sub-agreements where we actually monitor their progress. And the risk assessment deals with whether or not they are able to provide the work and have an infrastructure in place. They also review and negotiate your non-financial and financial agreements. Grants management, grants contract accounting is where you'll see the biggest change. For your grants management areas, you would know exactly who you're working with, and it's also for your grants and contract accounting. Grants management deals with the award setup. They verify, audit, and reconcile your cost share commitments. Now, they do not track your cost share commitments. That's a responsibility that lies with the administrative support for the principal investigator. Okay, but they also reconcile and approve expenditures. They approve your no-cost extension. They provide invoice documentation. What that means is they provide it to our sponsors, but you are responsible for maintaining the documentation that we provide. And they're also the ones who provide or approve cost and allocation. Grants and contract accounting will have focused attention, where we have dedicated accountants who will be responsible for the invoicing, the letter of credits drawdown. They will also be the ones that's working with your time and effort. And one of the newer things that we're going to start providing this year is quarterly reconciliation beginning next month on October the 15th. Okay, Karen. Those individuals in its respective units, and I'll give them an opportunity now to introduce themselves in the order that they are presented on the slide. Is Proposal Administration Unit is Elizabeth Johnson Vasquez, the Assistant Director for Pre-Award. Elizabeth.
Hello again. Like Theresa said, I'm Elizabeth. I've been doing research administration over 20 years, primarily focusing on proposals. I've been at Prairie View about 3.5 years. And so if you need anything in regards to preparing a proposal, submitting a proposal, please contact us, and contact us as soon as you're thinking about submitting a proposal. We will help develop the budget with you and make sure all of the required documents are completed and properly with all the proper requirements, and help with the actual submission.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Vida.
Good afternoon. My name is Vita Yancey, and I'm also a proposal administrator. I will also be able to assist you with proposal review and getting it ready and set for submission. I came to Prairie View. I worked at Prairie View 2011 in graduate admissions and was able to switch to research in 2018. So I have maybe a little over 3 years. So it has been very inventive. I've enjoyed it. It has been very special. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. And like Elizabeth says, if you know pretty much early, please contact us as soon as possible so we can begin working on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vida. Donna. You're
Donna,
muted.
you're muted.
How about that? I'm Donna Elmore Cole. I am a senior contract negotiator. My primary goal in that area is just to protect PV, make sure that all contracts comply with our designation as a state agency, and also to enhance and support our researchers' work. So when I'm looking at it, that's what I'm trying to see is if the contract does all those things before we execute it. I do the other things as far as subawards that are concerned, or just remember, if you get an award and you decide to give some of that award to another entity, that will be a subaward unless it's a vendor. But we won't go into those differentiations right now. But if you have that, we actually have to send them a subaward, and we're responsible for that. We do risk assessments. If you don't remember anything else, remember the subawards that you are picking out, the people that you are picking out to give money to. We have to find them suitable as well. So don't forget that, and be mindful of it, because sometimes we may have information about that recipient that may help you make your decisions. When we engage, the only thing I want to do is make sure I'm informative, prompt with my resources, and if you feel that you need more information, if I don't know it, I'll find out someone who does, and we'll get it done. Appreciate talking with you and having you invite us to talk to you.
Thank you, Donna. Kim.
Good afternoon. I am Kimberly Cooks, the Associate Director for the Office of Sponsored Program. I have been with Prairie View A&M University for 6 months now, and I'm still trying to get accustomed to saying Go Panthers, being that I am a Grambling State graduate. I have been in research administration for a little over 25 years, coming from LSU Health Sciences Center in Shreveport, Louisiana. I am responsible for grants management and grants accounting. If there's anything you need in regards to budgeting or getting things done in a timely manner, please feel free to reach out. My strength is definitely numbers, but I've been afforded the opportunity to have to learn from some of the best here in my department. As an accountant, we normally ask that you don't spend, because we are definitely looking at the bottom line, but in research administration, we want you to spend, spend, and spend. So please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, and we will respond as quickly as we possibly can. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Troy?
Hi, my name is Troy Burns. I've been with Prairie View for a little over a month or so. I started in early August of this year. I'm financial accountant in sponsored programs department of PVAMU. My primary responsibilities are to support accounting functions for sponsored programs and funded by grants and special revenue. Also including reviewing and approving expenditures and transactions, as well as costing allocations. Also manage the invoicings, which involve billing and collections, and financial grants, which are submitted to the sponsors. So if you have any questions or concerns pertaining to those, I handle that area, as well as the quarterly reconciliation and drawdowns for letters of credit. My goal in this department is to help project members, faculty, and sponsors to achieve financial transparency with grants and expectations.
Thank you, Troy. And I switched up on grants management because Kim was talking about financial accountants. So grants management, I'll get to you guys next. But Carol?
Hi, my name is Carol Starks. I'm a financial accountant here in the Office of Sponsored Programs, and my duties include project invoicing, including federal financial reports, as well for federal agencies like the USDA, Department of Education, Department of Energy, so forth. And also I'll be working with PIs and department admins to complete financial reports, such as the standard Form 425 that are required by the sponsors quarterly and annually, whatever's in the requirements. And then we will be providing departments with reconciliations quarterly, as Dr. Bailey has stated. And also we do the letters of credit for draws on the awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Now back to that great grants management team. Tori.
Hello, my name is LaToria Johnson. I go by Tori. I've been here at Prairie View a little over 4 months. I actually rejoined Prairie View a little over 4 months. I actually started in pre-award at Prairie View A&M back in 2015. And I left and went to Baylor College of Medicine and came back. So I will be working, helping set up accounts, new awards, cost allocations, no cost extension. And I've been helping with time and effort. So if you've been receiving emails about time and effort, that is me, very consistent, trying to clean that up. So that's a little about me.
Thank you, Tori. And Melissa.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Melissa Mosley Hain. I've been here since September of 1998. I'm here to oversee your contracts and grants to make sure that you spend your funds within the regulations. We also oversee your subcontracts, cost share, program income, anything that relates to your grant, we oversee. We oversee it through the audits all the way through the end when we actually close it. It's good seeing everybody again, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
And thank you, team. And this is your office sponsored program, team dedicated to bringing professional, timely, accurate services to you all. We will have a new person joining us in proposal administration within the next upcoming months, as well as another person joining us in grants management. So we are really geared towards providing timely and accurate, professional and courteous support. We want to be your destination office. So come see us on a regular basis. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be providing another more in-depth workshop for you all, telling you what all you can expect for what's new in FY22. And one of those things that we'll be doing is workshops series, doing business with OSP. You can look forward to some roles and responsibilities work out so you know exactly who you need to talk to, what type positions you need to talk to for specific tasks. And with that, this will conclude our presentation. And we're happy to take any questions or receive any comments that you may have for us.
Dr. Bailey, actually, there are a couple of questions in the chat box. And if you're sitting here participating with us today and you have a question, please go ahead and add it into the chat box. But for now, we have a question for the Office of Sponsored Program. And the question starts, so sorry for the obvious question, and there are no obvious questions. There are no questions that are not valid. So if any faculty does seek any external grant, the faculty must go through your office first. In other words, a faculty cannot do that on his or her own. Is that correct? And please speak to that. Dr. Bailey?
Okay, that's a question that could be shared by both OSP and research advancement. If they are looking for assistance, and I'll let Chris respond more to that. If they're looking for assistance in writing their proposal or finding funding opportunities, we would recommend them or refer them to the Office of Research Advancement. If you're coming to us and you're wanting general information, and we encourage that you do so, and that you come and let us know early in advance, and we will work with you to the degree that we can. But if you need other services, we will refer you to Research Advancement. Chris, you want to speak to that?
Yes, thanks, Theresa. I think you have addressed it very well. To repeat, if the proposal writing requires any assistance in the development, of course, Office of Research Advancement will gladly help the faculty. For example, some RFPs might require support letters or certification of that kind. Certainly, Office of Research Advancement will help in making sure all the elements are there in the proposal. However, when it comes to actual submission, it has to go through the Office of Sponsored Programs. The faculty should contact either Elizabeth or Vita. It has to go through pre-award, the actual submission process. Our office helps faculty in putting together an effective proposal, mainly project description and any other elements that are needed. But the actual submission process must occur through the pre-award office in the Office of Sponsored Programs. Dr. Mahfouz, does that answer your question? Okay, yes, replied yes. Okay.
Okay. And another question that's in the chat box now from Michael Marshall. It says, I am in the process of drafting an SBE SAP grant for my research on post-conflict political systems. It would be really helpful to see examples of successful grant applications in the social sciences. Do we have a bank of such applications? Also, I look forward to contacting y'all soon. So Dr. Krish, that may be something that you and the ORA team may want to tackle.
That question can be answered by us. We do not have any bank of successful grant applications. And also, one cannot obtain such applications unless allowed by the PIs. So without the permission of PI, any document, especially any proposal, cannot be shared. So we don't have any such applications, but please approach the Office of Research Advancement to look at the RFP for that you are responding to, and we will help in any way we can. Does that answer your question, Dr. Marshall?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm completely new to the NSF grant drafting process. So I look forward to contacting you guys soon and collaborating on this process.
Absolutely. We have been offering workshops. Please make it convenient to attend those bi-weekly workshops on grant writing, because we share information about various funding agencies, criteria, requirements, different programs. So you may gather a lot of useful information. And we announce those workshops well in advance. So those are conducted through Zoom.
And if I recall correctly, I think you just recently offered one on finding funding for the social sciences. And that one is available on our YouTube channel, which is PVAMU Research and Innovation. We certainly encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get the most recent research and innovation training, institution, events, and any other events that we have in the Division of Research and Innovation. Dr. Krishnamoorthi, you mentioned the grant writing sessions, and for those who are here, I think you are also offering hours where someone can connect with one of your research advancement professionals. Is that correct?
Yes,
speak to that?
That's correct. Our our team members, Dr. Shonda Green and Dr. Kimberly Laws, they offer weekly office hours, I believe every Wednesday, I believe. So please contact those officers, research development officers for a one-on-one session, or send an email to any of us. We will be glad to answer.
Thank you. And in the Office of Research Compliance, it is critical that if you are putting together a proposal that you are definitely in compliance with what the university and the funding agency and a host of other people or groups require. So Donna, how critical is it that someone connect with research compliance as they are preparing a research proposal? You're on mute right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Were you?
Can you speak to the importance of connecting with research compliance as you are in the process of developing your proposal?
Well, generally speaking, you don't need you can wait for the human, animal, or biohazard approval until you know that you're funded. So that's nice. But the benefit of coming in advance to me is that I could talk to you about what you're doing and then let you know how much time is going to be needed to, particularly with IBC. IBC takes usually a couple of months, 2, 3, because it's very involved. Not only do you have the protocol, but there's lab inspections if it's a new lab, etc. I can give you an idea of what you're going to need to do and some timelines in advance. So that could be beneficial.
Thank you. And I will post a link in our chat box here for our research and innovation, YouTube channel. And I'll have that available for you in the chat box. And if I don't get it in the chat box before we end today, then I'll be sure to send it to everyone who is in attendance today. Are there any other questions? Here's one more question. Are we moving more from a teaching institution to a research one? I am just wondering, given our current infrastructure with funding and aspiring rankings. And I'll leave that. Dr. Krish, do you want to respond to that? And Dr. Bailey, I'll ask you to chime in next.
Yes, of course. It is both the teaching and research. That is what our institution will be doing in addition to providing service. But the aim is to increase research activities, to expand the research landscape with the external funding. So that is the plan. And the university is doing all it can to move in that process. Of course, it requires the efforts of everybody, faculty, students, administrators, staff, supporting units. It is a team effort, and as a service unit, we do our best to help faculty do their part in accomplishing that goal. The short answer is yes, but not necessarily giving up teaching. It is also an important component, but to increase the research output with external dollars.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krish. Dr. Bailey, do you want to add to that?
Well, certainly, we are moving towards a Research 2 institution. Not looking to be a Research 1 institution. There are only a minute number of HBCUs that are R2 institutions, I think maybe between 10 or 12. And Prairie View is working to move and join that very small circle of institutions. In the very near future, if it has not already occurred. Dr. Simmons will be making a presentation to the R1 institutions to work with this 10 to 12 R2 institutions to help them become Research 1 institutions. But Purview won't be at that table because we're not R2. And while we're still maintaining, focusing on teaching, we are also focusing very strongly on becoming an R2 institution.
Thank you so much for that. Does that answer your question? I have placed a link in the chat box, and the link is to a brief survey, just a few questions. And if you'll just copy and paste that link into a browser, that helps us to ensure that we are providing information for you that is useful to you. We thank you so much for joining us today. And Dr. Bailey, Dr. Krish, Donna Pulkrabek, we thank you and your teams for the information that you have shared with us today. And we hope that you'll join us next Monday for another Research and Innovation Training Institute, where we will share information that is vital to you. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
And Karen,
Thank you all for the opportunity.
Dr. Bailey?